Hey y'all, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be teaching you a very basic design for a bag. We're going to end up making a bag like this. It can be used for a makeup bag, a child's purse, and it's so dainty and cute you might want to end up using it for yourself as well. Now there's a lot of variations that you can use, a lot of ways to customize it in terms of the color design or the colors that you use, the way that you put the colors together for the accents, for the base color, etc. But here we go. I'm going to show you using the base color of a light tan, and I have a 5.25 millimeter hook. Now this does work with any size hook, so don't sweat it too much if you can't find a 5.25. And the type of yarn I'm using is just a washer dryer safe yarn. It's a 4 weighted. All right, so you're going to start off by chaining 45, and then the next step is to join the two ends of your chain together. So you just bring up the end of it. Now be careful not to get this twisted. And you're going to join the ends together with a slip stitch. So you just grab the yarn and pull it through both of those. Right, we're going to chain up 2 next. And the next step is to put a half double crochet into each one of our chains all the way around. Okay, so we're not going to mess around with this joining stitch right here anymore, right? We put those 2 stitches together, and we have the 2 chains coming out. That's going to act as our first half double crochet. So we're going to jump over here to our next stitch. This is where we're going to put our first half double crochet. So to do that, we're going to wrap the yarn around, poke it down on through, grab the yarn and pull it up so you got 3 loops on your hook, and then just grab the yarn and pull it through all 3 of those. Okay, that's called the half double, and you do that in each one of the chains all the way around. Now this design here that I'm going to be teaching you works up really fast. You can probably knock one of these purses out in an hour tops. But like I said, there's a lot of different ways that you can customize this design, a lot of variations on it. So that's what makes it fun to get your creative juices going and, sort of mess around and see what you can come up with. So go ahead and finish putting a half double crochet into each one of your chains, and then I will meet you back over here when you're ready. All right, so I just finished my first row of the half double crochets into each one of my chains. Now I'm going to join it to the top of my chain 2 spot with another slip stitch. I'm going to chain up 2, and for the next 2 rounds I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to let this one count as my first half double crochet, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet into each one of my stitches all the way around for this round, and then I'm going to join it with the slip stitch. I'm going to chain up 2, and then for the next round I'm going to do the same thing. So we're going to have 3 rows of these half double crochets. That's going to be our base, the bottom part of our little bag here, little purse. All right, so go ahead and finish this row, do 1 more row, and then come back and meet me for the next steps. All right, your project should be looking like this now with the 3 rows of the half double crochets. So our next step, we're going to chain up 2, and we're going to make groups of 3 double crochets into the same stitch. So this will be now our first double crochet. We're going to put 2 more into that same spot. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have showed you how to make the double crochet. Hang on just a second. We're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and into the 3rd stitch. We're going to wrap the yarn around our hook, poke it down in, grab the yarn and pull it up so we have 3, just like we did with our half double. We're going to grab the yarn and only pull it through 2 of those now. And then we're going to grab the yarn and pull it through the next 2. That's the double crochet. All right? So we're going to put a total of 3 of them into each one of our stitch right there. Then we're going to skip 2. Okay? And we'll go into the 3rd one and put our 3 double crochets. We're going to skip 2 and then put our group of 3 into that 3rd stitch there. So you're going to continue like that all the way around, and then meet me back when you are done with this row. I'll show you the next step then. All right, I'm down to the last group of 3 here. I'm going to jump over and to the top of my chain 2 and join my round together with this slip stitch. All right, for the next row, we're going to chain up 2, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. And I'm going to show you now how to make the long double crochet. So we're going to work down here into this row, the last row of our half doubles for our 2nd stitch. Whenever you're doing the long double crochet, the first row of it, it's always kind of the oddball row. We only have the 2 stitches here to choose from. When we sort of moving forward, we will have 3. So you just need to make a choice for this row, either this stitch or this stitch. I usually go into the first of the 2 spaces for mine, but it doesn't make a difference. So we just made a long double crochet into that stitch there. And our 3rd stitch for our group, we're going to go back up here into our space. We're just going to make a regular half double crochet. Okay, let me show you again. I'm pretty sure that I didn't make much sense when I was trying to explain it. Let's try it again. So we're going to be working into our spaces here, the in-between, right? For our first, we're going to make a normal double crochet into that space. Our next stitch of the 3 is going to be the long stitch. So you're going to go down here to the spaces of this row and make a double crochet into that one of those spaces. And just kind of pull it up. And the 3rd for our group, you just kind of move your thumb around to expose that that space again, and you're just going to work right into that space, make a double crochet. Okay, so it's 1 double crochet, 1 long double crochet, and a normal double crochet into these spaces. So here's our normal, go down to our long, and our normal is going to go over here into that space. We just do that all the way around. Now, the one thing I do suggest that you do, so you have the choice, remember, from this one or this one, just be consistent. If you choose the spot on the right, keep it to the spot on the right the whole way around. Same if you choose the spot on the left. Okay, so just a couple more spots. Let's see if I can get my fingers working. I can speed this process along a little bit. I do want to have you all see how to do this long double crochet. It's also called an elongated double crochet. But yeah, with this stitch, it's really neat. You can add striking appearance to your projects. So it's a handy stitch to learn how to do. Okay, got a couple more. All right, so this is my last group of 3 here. Now we're going to join it the same way to the top of our chain 2 spot with a slip stitch. Okay, we're going to chain up 2. And here we're going to change colors. So we're going to go ahead and cut our yarn, pull our string through, and use our fingernail to push down those chains as we pull on this tail here, and that's going to make us a really nice knot. All right, we don't have to worry about that coming loose. So now is when you're going to grab your accent colors. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to use a blue for this one. So again, this is just the same type of yarn, 4-weighted yarn. Probably that's always the washer dryer safe is good. So you're just gonna go ahead and put your hook through any one of your spaces there and grab the yarn and then pull it through like that, like a slip stitch. We're gonna chain up 2, and then that will be our first double crochet of the group. So now that we have our 3 stitches here to choose from, we don't need to be worried about picking the one on the right or the left. We're always going to go for the one in the middle. Okay, so this is the one right here is where we're going to put our long double crochet into. So we just poke it down through, grab the yarn, pull it up through 2, and then pull it through 2. And then we go back into our space over here for our regular double crochet. Now I'm just going to let my tails kind of hang out. I'm not going to fool with them. I'm going to go ahead and sew them in at the end. When I'm working with these clusters of 3, it doesn't really do much good of trying to sew over or crochet over the top of them because it doesn't really have much to hold it down and hold it into place. So they're going to eventually come out and come loose. So I don't even bother with it. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and take a needle to them later. And if you wanted to, I guess you wouldn't even really have to fool around with it because they're in the inside of your bag. You know, well, I guess you just need to consider what you're using the bag for. So anyways, this is going to be our first color. We continue that, the groups of 3 all the way around. All right, join me back up when you're done. All right, I've joined my dark blue together with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain up 2. Going to cut the yarn, make that knot, and we're going to use a lighter blue next. So I have 3 shades of blue that I'm going to use. Again, we just join it by putting your hook under, grabbing the slip knot, chain up 2 for your first. I'm going to move these pesky tails out of the way. And we just do the same thing as we've been doing. All right, finish this row and then I will show you my next row. All right, I've joined my lighter blue, chained up 2. Gonna pull that knot tight, and this is what it's looking like so far. And for my next accent color, I'm going to use a lighter blue, kind of like a baby blue. So I'm going to make my slip knot, start in any one of these spaces that I want, and poke it down, grab hold of that slip knot, pull it through, and then chain up twice. So I'm going to find the middle one and make my long double crochet down into that. And we're going to do the same pattern all the way through. All right, so I think you guys kind of get the gist of how to do this now. So I'm just gonna say, go ahead and whatever colors that you chose to use, go ahead and keep doing that. We're gonna make, let's kind of follow this template here. So 3 of the color, you can use the same, a different color here, the base color here, you know, a different color, whatever you want, and then 3 more. So we're going to continue like that. So we're going to have a total of the 7 rows right here. When you get done, come back and join me, and I'll show you the next step. All right, I put in my 7 rows of my accent colors here. Next step, I'm going to put 2 rows of my base color back on here for a little bit of symmetry from the top to the bottom. So we're going to just do this the same way. We're doing the normal double crochet, a long double crochet, and a normal double crochet. So 2 more rows of that, and then we will get started up on top to the top part. I'll show you how to make those little built-in handles. All right, join me back when you're ready. 2 rows, base color, and then meet me back. All right, our project should be looking like this so far. Our next step, we're going to make one row of the half double crochets into each one of our stitches here. Okay, so we're going to join it with a slip stitch, chain up 2, that's going to be our first half double. We're not going to fool with this one because we're going to let this chain count as that. So we're going to jump over to the next. So this will be the middle one for our first half double crochet. All right, then we just go into each one and put our half double all the way around. When you get done doing that, join me back up and I'll show you again how to put those built-in little handles in. All right, we're down to the last 2 rows of our project here. We've joined with the slip stitch. We're going to chain up 2. We're going to let's see, we're going to jump over here for our first. That doesn't look like. We're going to go right into the one next to it. Right there. Sorry about that. We're going to put 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And we're going to skip 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're going to go here to our 11th spot. We're going to make our half double crochet into that place there. Get on in. Okay, then we're going to put in 12 more. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now we're going to chain another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to skip 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to go over here to our 11th. We're going to put double crochet there. Gee, get through that. There. And we're going to join to the top with our slip stitch. Now our last row is one more row all the way around, half double crochets, 1 into each spot. Okay, so chain up 2 for our first half double, and we're just going to go into 1 into each place. And our handles, you're just going to go into each of those chains like how we did at the beginning, and just put 1 half double crochet into each one of those spots. All right, so here's the chain. So you're just gonna put it in each one of these chains. You see, just like that. and that's going to make your handles. So go ahead and finish up this row. Whoop. And I'll meet you back for the very last step. All right, so I joined my ends together. I've chained up 2. I'm going to cut my yarn, pull it through, make my knot. Now the next step of this, let's make sure that our handles are even, and they are. So the next step is you're going to turn it inside out, and you can sew in your edges, your little tails. They're going to be inside of your bag, so I mean, if you wanted to leave them out, I guess you could. It's not going to really hurt anything. But you're going to line up your handles again, make it flat, get your base color, and you can either use a needle and sew this closed, or do like what I'm going to do, and I am going to crochet it closed. And I'm just going to go into each of my stitches, making sure I get both sides of it, and I'm just going to close it with a single crochet. Now this is going to be on the inside, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit bulky with this single crochet stitch here. It's going to get the job done. What I want to have happen is I want it to seal. Don't want anything that I put in this bag to come out the bottom. Right? So we just do that all the way across. And once you get done, you're going to join it together with a slip stitch. All right, so I've gotten to the end. I think I said it, you're going to sew it together with a slip stitch. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to end it off as we normally did. The chain up 2, chain up 2, cut the yarn, pull it through, make your knot. It's not going anywhere. And then you can sew in the edge again, or not. It's up to you. It's your bag. But we'll tie those, or tuck those in right now. Just get those out of the way so that we can admire our handiwork. Ta-da! Look how stinking cute that is, right? So there, I've got now a bag that's, what, maybe water or ice, and a fire bag. Woohoo! Took no time at all. Very simple, right? Very easy to do. And now you get the basic, the idea of this design. And have fun, have at it. Until next time, bye-bye.